Lucasfilm cannot get out of their own way, and here they are once again virtue signaling, once again drawing a line in the sand and going after fans based on absolutely nothing. They did this before the show even released. They preemptively started to call fans racist and sexist before the show even released. And now here we are on their own verified Twitter account where they're drawing a line in the sand and trying to label the fans racist and sexist if they have any criticisms whatsoever. This is what they do. This is Lucasfilm. Star Wars is a social justice propaganda machine. That's it. Now, my job here at Geeks and Gamers is to be honest. That's what I've always tried to do. That's what I always shoot to be, is straight up honest with you. Not to say what's popular, not to say what's trendy, to tell you what I see and how I feel about it. Based on the reactions of Obi-Wan Kenobi, I've actually seen more positivity surrounding the show than I anticipated seeing. But there is one common criticism that I'm seeing with this show, and that is the character of Reva. Now, why are we seeing this criticism of the character Reva? Is it because it's a black woman that's in the role? No. Is it based in racism? No. It's based on the fact that the character is terribly written, the character has no business being in the show, and the actress portraying the character doesn't do a good job. Her performance is not good. These things are why people are criticizing, but Lucasfilm is trying to shield that criticism now, because of course they are. We've seen it time and time again from Lucasfilm, and people are tired of it. And I've got so many things to show you here on Twitter. We've got the official Twitter account, and it says, "We are proud to welcome Moses Ingram to the Star Wars family and excited for Reva's story to unfold. If anyone intends to make her feel in any way unwelcome, we have only one thing to say: we resist." Wow, Lucasfilm, so brave and so stunning. Except of course, you know, there's these things that, you know, we've seen before from you to completely disprove that theory, and we're going to talk about it here in a minute. Now, I retweeted and said, translation, the Obi-Wan Kenobi series is getting a lot of criticism, so we need to label fans racist so they will stop. And my answer to that is, F that. Reva is 100% a trash character, and no amount of virtue signaling will change that. Now, if you go back over to the post, and we knew this was going to happen, but if you look into the replies, you're going to see replies like this from our very own Drunk 3PO. So remember that one time with Finn, and of course, this is the China poster, where they basically made Finn really small and less of a central part of the poster. And of course, there was no resisting from Lucasfilm at that point in time. Because why? Because the money in China was far more important than the racism in China. Because that's ultimately what they care about more than anything. And that's why so many people have a problem with a post like this. It's not that people have a problem calling out racism or standing against racism. It's the fact that we know that you don't believe anything you're saying, and we also know that you're using this as a shield for the legitimate criticisms that are surrounding this show. Now, like I said, I think a lot of people really enjoy the Kenobi series up to this point, but the common criticism is Reva, because she is shoehorned into the story that she doesn't belong into. She knows way too much about what's going on, and the actress just isn't giving a good performance. It's that simple. Now, I have not watched Star Wars since Gina Carano was fired. And we did a poll the other day on a live stream when we were in Orlando. And I asked the audience, do you guys want me to watch Kenobi and give you my feedback? 80% said yes, 80%. Well, unlike Lucasfilm and unlike Disney, we actually listen to the people that support us. Crazy idea, I know, Hollywood. So yes, I have watched the first 2 episodes of Kenobi. I've been really sick, so I have not been making a lot of videos. You're going to see jump cuts in this video because I'm coughing a lot, and I'm really trying to get through this video, but this story was too good to pass up here at 2 o'clock in the morning. But I have seen the first 2 episodes of the Kenobi series, and I do not like it. I do not like it. Are Are there things that I do enjoy? There are some things that I'm okay with, but generally speaking, I got a lot of problems with it, but my biggest problem with it is Reva, and it's not because she's black, and it's not because she's a woman, it's because she's a terribly written character, and the actress is doing a really bad job in their performance. That's it. Now, Lucasfilm will paint that as racist and sexist, because why? Because they only hired this actress as a virtue signaling opportunity to begin with, and that's why so many people are tired of this. Because we see it over and over and over and over again. And so they're going to continue to make this problem worse. And I would urge anybody out there, if you have valid criticisms of this actress or this show, don't let Lucasfilm try and weaponize anything against you. You have your valid criticisms. You stand by everything you're saying, and don't let them intimidate you, because they mean absolutely nothing. And of course, it's terrible if she gets these horrible things sent to her, just like it's terrible when it happens to Chris Pratt, just like it's terrible when it happens to any low-rent YouTuber like me. And yes, I get things sent to me all the time, terrible things sent to me all the time. I don't signal boost it typically unless I'm having fun with it, because guess what? It happens. But don't act like it just happens to one person or one particular group and then grandstand on that. That's the aggravating part of all of this. But clearly, as I've said, when the Kelly Marie Tran stuff happened, we don't need to be going after any person based on them as an individual. It needs to be based on their performance, and it needs to be based on things like that. Keep it in the realm of a galaxy far, far away, not in the real world. Now, do you think they're going to clip me saying this? Of course they're not going to clip me saying this, because it doesn't fit their narrative, because this is not about standing against horrible behavior. This is about them creating a fake narrative around it. None of the people that are going to sit there and bitch about me on social media are going to clip anything that I just said about not sending horrible messages to any actor or actress or any low-rent YouTuber, because you shouldn't be doing that across the board. None of them are going to clip that out. They are garbage people. In fact, Jay, Drunk3PO, did share this one too. Pablo Hidalgo, so I guess this person here retweeted, this is wonderful and important, but because it's never enough with social justice weirdos. They are never satisfied. It doesn't matter how much you do. They will always find some other reason to be fake offended, and that's what this account here is doing. This is wonderful and important, but I can't help but be offended by all of these other things. So Pablo Hidalgo responded, I'm glad to see this long overdue change in approach. And then, of course, Drunk, retweets. Pablo bullies and makes fun of people behind a locked Twitter account. You need to start with yourself. 100%. So that's where we are with it right now. What a complete and total disaster. It's just so funny. I retweeted it, and I simply just said, China not included, because of course China's not included. You think Lucasfilm's going to tell China that we resist? Really? No. And, what's funny about this is, again, I am only making this video because these idiots had to say this. I'm going to make a video about this shit show because of all this. They aren't going to silence anybody. Fuck Lucasfilm. And I stand by that. I despise the people that run Lucasfilm. I despise them because they have decided that politics and social justice nonsense is far more important than good storytelling. We have a lot of female characters within the world of Star Wars that the fans love. A lot. There's so many. Hell, people loved Rey at first. I liked Rey. People really liked Finn at first. People had a lot of good things to say about The Force Awakens at first. It wasn't until Lucasfilm started to attack the fans. I even talked about with The Last Jedi, like, whatever. I can accept a bad movie. What I can't accept is you blaming the fans because your movie got so much criticism. And that's where we really started to see all of this happen, was The Last Jedi. Once The Last Jedi faced enormous criticism, Suddenly, Lucasfilm decided to blame that on the fans. That's where this all fell apart for me. And so we're going to continue to monitor this because it's just so damn fun to roast Lucasfilm. But at the same time, we listen to our audience here at Geeks and Gamers, so I appreciate you guys giving me feedback on that. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day. Remember that Solo lost money. Raylos are weird. Fuck Lucasfilm. And we will talk to you later.